Hey guys, so this video is going to be kind of a heart-to-heart, and I really appreciate all of you guys that write and send me emails and kind of pour out your heart to me and let me know how you're doing and how you're feeling. And so this is going to be like an advice, like just feel good, positive video that's just here to make you happy and spread good vibes, especially if you are someone who is overweight or just dealing with stuff at school or just dealing with bullies, because I've been there. Trust me, I've been bullied at school. And I just think that there needs to be more videos out there like this where it talks about that and it kind of unveils to the public that there's something really wrong with some kids and some folks. And it's crazy, like our world, like something new is happening all the time, and I feel like we never go to the source of why people aren't happy or why people are sad or why people aren't just happy with their lives. So, okay, to begin, as all of you know, being overweight was sort of like something that hindered me from like coming out of my shell growing up. All of you guys know that if you watch my videos. I was 240 pounds. I had no friends. I was the girl at lunch that would sit by herself and just like doodle days away. And I remember one day it was sophomore year of high school, and one of the guys that I like completely loved and liked and had a big old crush on in the back of the class, and this was like algebra or like trig, he took a paper airplane and he flew it right in the dead square back of my head. And I remember it because I had like long, thick black hair. And I was, heavily overweight. All I did was wear sweaters in high school. And I turned around and I was like, hey. And I was like, what was that about? And he just, started chuckling, him and his friends. And then he's like, why don't you just go back to drawing whatever you're drawing? And, at that age, I'm 15 years old, 14, 15 years old. I don't think you understand at that age even what's going on. I mean, you're still trying to find out who you are. You're still trying to find out where you fit in, your niche, your close friends, who and what you're about. And I just thought it was completely rude. And I always thought, like, who were these people raised by? Who are these people's parents? And that was always something that just bothered and hindered me and really hurt me growing up. So despite that, then, of course, like, into junior year, like, I just sort of started to, like, snap inside. Like, girls would call me out, and a lot of girls in high school, they're very catty, and they're all, like, freaking cheerleaders, and everyone thinks they're better than everyone. So it was really hard for me, being obese, number one. Number two, carrying around a huge backpack full of my artwork, totally geeked out. A lot of what I was carrying in my backpack was food, too. So I remember I was walking into an art class one day, and I'll never forget it because it was a certain someone I met at the time that has sort of stayed in my life. If he hasn't kind of been in my life in the last maybe 10 years since I graduated from high school, but he's sort of like been in and out. And I know a lot of you guys like have your Facebook friends, like have people who have stayed in contact with you over the years. And recently he got in touch with me again over Facebook, and he was like, how are you? He's like, you're so pretty now and you're so different from high school. And I thought that was really sweet because he was someone that I always admired as far as like standing up for other people. If someone was getting picked on, he always stood up for them. And I find this person to be really special because he didn't really care what I looked like at the time. He was really the only friend of mine who really embraced me and still walked me to the lunchroom, still walked me to my next class. He didn't care that my sweatshirt was freaking in 100-degree weather in California. I was wearing a sweatshirt like all year round. And he was really sweet. And now he's married and he has babies and all that. And he's super still like the same amazing like sweet person. But what I wanted to say is be that person to someone else in high school. Be that anchor, that somebody that's going to uplift someone who isn't as strong as you. And I know that I have a lot of like YouTube subscribers still in high school. A lot of you guys who watch me are in high school. And I had a real tough time in high school. In fact, even just thinking of like certain moments of me walking to the gym or me leaving the gym or me going to my business class, which I excelled at, but I got made fun of being in business. I look back at those moments and I'm like, you know what? I wouldn't change them. I wouldn't change them because they have certainly built me to be the person I am. And a few years later, like after I lost all the weight, I actually went back to my high school and I made it a point to show my teachers that something came of me, that something changed. And a lot of them couldn't even recognize me. Like I went back and especially my male teachers were like, what the hell happened to you? But a lot of my female teachers too, they're like, well, wow, you lost so much weight. Like, how'd you do it? What, did you do it healthily? Did you do it okay? And because, yeah, you look so freaking different. And I will say that, you know, a lot of you ask me every day to like post pictures of when I used to be overweight. But I feel like those are like super private to me now. I mean, those pictures are of someone who like died years ago. But if you are my friend on Facebook, and a lot of you guys are like my Facebook friends and like YouTube fans, I still add you on my regular Facebook. So make sure you do that if you're like curious to see what I look like. I don't want to post it on here because they've been in other videos. If you are so interested, they're there. They're in this video of mine on the video bar called I Used to Be Fat. I have a lot of fat pictures, so just to let you guys know, I don't like flamboyantly post them over the internet because I feel like this person now is what I've worked for and worked hard for. And the positivity that I want to convey in this video is that you can become anything you want. It doesn't have to be losing weight. It doesn't have to be, you can become a doctor. You can be a veterinarian. You can be the next big singer. You can do anything. Just as long as you work hard, you're persistent, and your attitude is on point, you can have it all. I know a lot of people will say America's just like messed up now and people are just going crazy, but I still believe in those same values, that if you work hard and you pay attention and you just keep your eye on the prize, it'll arrive. And for those of you in high school, just keep trucking, keep staying on track and on your goals. And trust me, you will have a happy ending regardless.